Welcome to the final Hurling North American News episode of 2021. I'm David from playhurling.com. You can go to playhurling.com/shop for all your hurling equipment needs. In this episode, we're taking a look at what happened in November and December of 2021. First up, hurling has been featured on a couple of American media outlets recently. On TV, on the radio, and in film. On TV, hurling was featured on a reboot of the iconic 90s game show, Legends of the Hidden Temple. Playhurling.com was more than happy to provide the equipment to the production team to make that happen. The episode revolved around the mythology of Cú Chulainn, and hurling was included as one of the physical challenges.
Right now, the teams on land have to hurl, like the story, into the dog's mouth. The Purple Parrot Sisters get their first litter. Hurling was also featured on the radio in Philadelphia. The John Kincade Show on 97.5 to Fanatic had a bit of a discussion about hurling.
You guys ever see hurling?
Yeah,
the Irish sport.
I have a hurling stick at home.
Which one's hurling?
So hurling is it's kind of like a field hockey stick where you have a ball, but you have to take like 3 steps and you have to either balance the ball on the stick or you have to throw it up and hit it. When they hit that thing,
it's wild.
And they don't wear any real protective gear.
I'd love to play that.
It looks fun as hell, doesn't it?
And lastly, hurling was featured in the animated film Riverdance. It was initially released in the UK and Ireland in May 2021, and it'll be on US Netflix on January 14, 2022.
We should always celebrate life. No more life.
No more dance.
In US college news, the Central Hurling Championships were held at Notre Dame in November. Hurling clubs from 5 universities competed in this one-day championship. Congrats to Notre Dame for winning and hosting the tournament. In other college news, here's Mike from the Catholic University of America's hurling team to talk about their November tournament.
Hello everyone, I'm Mike Ryan, and a junior here at the Catholic University of America. 2 years ago, my freshman year, I joined the hurling team and have been playing midfield with them ever since. This past November, we hosted the NCGAA Southeast Regional Championship. We played 3 great games, including a championship game against the Citadel and UNC, in which we were able to come out on top. We are really looking forward to the springtime where we'll play nationals and any other tournaments that we're fortunate enough to play.
In new club news, Colo, a former New York Liberty Gales player, recently moved to Oahu, Hawaii, and is looking to start a club. Currently, there are no GA clubs in Hawaii, and Colo plans to be the first to start a club. If you're in Hawaii and interested, be sure to contact Colo. I'll leave her details below. Looking into the new year, there are a few confirmed tournaments coming up in 2022. Tampa Bay GAA are hosting the Suncoast Sevens Hurling Tournament on January 15th. Friday will be their traditional Sunset Beach puck around, and then matches start on Saturday. Email info@dsmsports.com to sign up. Los Angeles Hurling Club and Cougars GAA are hosting a puck fada on the beach and GAA Day on February 5th and 6th. Rock City Gaelic are hosting the Winter Classic Sevens Indoor Tournament on February 12th. Registration closes end of day on January 10th. You can find a link to register in the description below. On March 5th, Savannah GA are hosting a pre-St. Patrick's Day tournament. Also on March 5th, Charleston Hurling Club are hosting a tournament in South Carolina. The USGA finals will be held in Chicago from August 19th to 21st. On September 17th, the 15th annual Midwest Tournament will be held in Madison, Wisconsin. If there are any other confirmed tournaments for 2022, be sure to comment them down below. For this episode's photo of the month, it has to go to Charleston Hurling Club again. We've covered their memes before, but they're still going strong.
I think I've kept going playing beyond I might have stopped, so that we'd have a chance to play together someday. And
for this episode, we have 2 videos of the month. First up, this amazing colour footage from 1934 of a hurling match in New York. It's incredible to see what the players used to wear and the equipment that they used, and how high quality the footage is, even though it's nearly 90 years old. The second video of the month goes to the Helsinki Harps, who recently shared a mini documentary on how they brought hurling to Finland.
2 hands on the hurling! Hurling is in Helsinki for the first time today, first game. We've had a club here for 10 years, but we focused on football.
We seem to hold it up in this altar, don't we? Like hurling cannot be attained unless you played it since you're in the womb type of thing. Which is rubbish. But the reality is you can.
Yeah,
you just have to play it.
There's something about catching the ball in your bare hand,
from, I mean, a ball that's hit 60 meters and you're catching it way up top.
This episode's Club of the Month goes to all the clubs who took over our social media accounts in 2021. Although 2021 started off a bit unsure, the hurling community came back strong throughout the year. In May, we heard from several Denver Gales players on why you should play hurling at Camogie.
It's the greatest sport that I've ever played, and you should join the Gales as well, because it's really the greatest group of people that you'll get to know.
In September, Seattle Gales gave a lead up to their Sevens tournament. In October, Knoxville GAC hosted the 5th annual Scruffy tournament and won. In late October, Willamette Valley Nomads hosted their first tournament as a new club in Eugene, Oregon.
It's becoming more popular here in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, I'd love to come out and play. So I did, and you know, that first practice I was just hooked. Fell in love with it the first time I went out. Just incredible. All the things that I loved about sports.
If your US or Canadian club would like to do a social media takeover and be featured as a Club of the Month, just let me know. And that's it for this episode of Hurling North American News. Thank you so much for watching. If you need any hurling equipment, go to playhurling.com/shop for hurls, helmets, slitters, and anything else you may need. And I'll see you guys in the new year.